Optimism is in the air as we sit just a few weeks away from kickoff. These are 3 reasons why I believe the Kentucky Wildcats could be better in the upcoming 2025 college football season. Hello, everyone. I'm Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. As always, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Check us out via podcast, where we get your podcasts. You can also find us across all social media platforms, as well as our website, secunfiltered.com. We're brought to you by our friends over at FanDuel. Visit FanDuel.com/SECU to join today and get started with $250 in bonus bets when you win your first $5 bet. Once again, that's FanDuel.com/SECU to get $250 in bonus bets today. It's a time for optimism as we sit just a few weeks away from kickoff. Everyone is 0-0. Dreams of all are still alive. That being said, I want to talk about 3 reasons why I believe Kentucky football could be better in the upcoming 2025 college football season. Guys, the first reason I think Kentucky could be better, maybe the 3rd time's a charm for Zach Calzada at the quarterback position. Listen, started his career at Texas A&M, then slid over to Auburn. Had some success early, but it was definitely a mixed bag. He obviously comes now via Incarnate Word. He takes over the starting job at Kentucky. Obviously, Mark Stoops and company and second-year OC Bush Hamden, they hope that 3rd time's a charm for them when it comes to transfer portal quarterbacks. They have swung and missed in the last couple. I also think the return of Bush Hamden, finally, there's some continuity at the offensive coordinator spot, could lead to improvement. But if Zach Calzada can make the most of his final SEC opportunity, listen, he showed flashes early in his career, no doubt, won some big games at his previous 2 SEC stops. Maybe, just maybe, he is the answer for the Cats at the quarterback position. And you know what they say, when you got a quarterback, you've got a chance. So I think Calzada hypothetically could be that dude, certainly, that provides a spark to this offense, something they just didn't have a season ago. Kentucky did enough a lot of times to win the football game defensively. They just did not have that fire, did not have that spark, to the offensive side of the football to realistically compete week in, week out in this league. Maybe, just maybe, Zach Calzada can provide that for the Cats. Guys, the second reason why I think Kentucky football could be better this season than they were a season ago, I mentioned the quarterback, but as we all know, it all starts up front. And I think the thing that has been missing from Kentucky that made them so dominant back when they were winning 8, 9, 10 games was the big blue wall. It was the offensive line. Maybe some new faces with that group will lead to some new results. I specifically look at Shiaz Pete. That was a big pickup. Alex Wolschlager, Joshua Braun. All 3 of those guys are transfer portal guys. Now, again, there's no guarantee. Big question marks, a lot of uncertainties, but sometimes question marks work out for the better. I mean, Shiaz Pete was a guy, he was one of the top players in the portal when they picked him up. So maybe some new faces, a changing of the guard, if you will. I think, returning experience is something we sort of overrated in college football at times, because if you got returning experience, but that experience hasn't performed at a high level, well, I mean, listen, you can be hopeful they're going to make a jump, but if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same result. Now you got some new bodies in there. Now you got some new pieces. Maybe, just maybe, Kentucky can get back to being at least close to a version of the big blue wall they were in previous years. If they can do that, guys, that is the key to Kentucky's success. We can talk quarterback, we can talk skill position, but the line of scrimmage, the trenches, when they've been at their best under Mark Stoops, they have won the battle up front. Every game, week in, week out for them, has felt like a street fight, and they have more often than not won that street fight when they had those type of guys, when they had those big uglies up front that could push people around. Guys, my 3rd and final reason why I believe that Kentucky football could be better than they were a season ago, I've talked about him a lot, the head coach, Mark Stoops. Mark Stoops bounces back and reminds us he is still one of the very best in this league, especially from a talent development standpoint and from a talent identification standpoint. Kentucky has done a great job over his tenure. They're not going to out-recruit the likes of Georgia, Alabama, LSU, even a Tennessee, like the Blue Bloods, the top programs in this conference. What they've done a good job of, though, is identifying talent and developing talent. In a place like Kentucky, you've got to be a master talent identifier and a master talent developer because you're just not racking up the 4 and 5 stars that all these other programs that you play on a year in, year out basis are. Maybe this is a year. Everybody's essentially made up their mind. Mark Stoops is cooked at Kentucky. Kentucky's going to be terrible. They're going to be awful. Mark Stoops, there's just no way he makes it to 2026. Maybe, just maybe. An old dog still got new tricks. He's got tricks up his sleeve, and Mark Stoops reminds us all why he should still be considered one of the better coaches in this league. And guys, we've seen him do it before. We've seen him overachieve. We've seen him do more with less. Certainly, it's going to take a valiant effort this year. But I think Mark Stoops, you got to think he's still got something left in him. I mean, last year we went into it saying, hey, this is a big year because of the trajectory of the program. What is it under Mark Stoops? And unfortunately, the year did not pan out the way the Cats would have wanted. Does Mark Stoops just go out without a fight, or is there a little bit left in the tank? I still think there's a little bit left in the tank there when it comes to Stoops. We'll see if that pans out this year. So again, guys, it's a time for optimism going into kickoff. 3 reasons why I think Kentucky football could be better this season. Number 1, the 3rd time's a charm for Zach Calzada in the SEC. Number 2, new faces on the offensive line lead to a return of the big blue wall at Lexington. And number 3, Mark Stoops bounces back and reminds us all that he's still one of the league's very best SEC head coaches. Guys, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree? Do you think the Cats will be better than they were a season ago? Or will it be more of the same from what we saw in 2024? Guys, that's going to do all for me. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. Before we get out of here, I do want to tell you about our friends over at FanDuel because, as always, we are brought to you by our friends at FanDuel. On Tuesday, August the 26th, it is FanDuel Futures Day, a new holiday for football fans. It's 24 hours of deals on all of your football season predictions. So, guys, take a flyer on the MVP race. You think it's going to be Joe Burrow. You think it's going to be Jaden Daniels. You think it's going to be Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, whoever it is. How about giving your championship pick in August? Crown your champion. Is it the Lions? Is it the Chiefs? Is it the Eagles? Is it someone else? Or parlay your division winner dark horses. Guys, mark your calendars. This is your day for your hunches, your hot takes, your calls, and your odds. Guys, visit the FanDuel app today and start planning your futures bets now because Futures Day is one day and one day only. And guys, when you sign up, go to FanDuel.com/SECU to get that $250 deposit bonus when you win your first $5 bet. Once again, at FanDuel.com/SECU when you sign up on Futures Day. FanDuel, play your game. Guys, once again, that's going to do all for me. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in. As always, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications. Check us out via podcast, where we get your podcast. You can also find us across all social media platforms, as well as our website, secunfiltered.com. Till next time, I'm Chris Phillips of SEC Unfiltered. Appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in, and we will catch you on the other side.